Hello, beautiful. My name is TRU-HART. Now, I'm going to turn a very beautiful year, but this year sounds so bad. I'm happy that I'm in my last 20s. After this, I'll not be counting 20s. No. I'll not be counting, guys. I'll be counting better years. I'll be counting 30, 31, 32. Yes. So July, I'll be turning 29 years old. Before you come and attack me, now listen up. I was born in a family of 10 children. 10, okay? I was born in a family of 10 and I'm the second last born, okay? 6 girls, 4 boys. And those days, a man will really support the wife fully. You know, if you want to produce. I'm here for you, baby. What do you need? You need this. Like, a man will take full responsibility, yeah? Now, that was my father who, you know, is now late. My biological dad took full responsibility for her children. Now, the worst part was her children didn't want to go to school. I don't know if they didn't want to go to school, but I remember we had the older. I have 3, our 3 firstborns are all girls. And my mama narrates story about how the whole clan was against her. And remember, my mom was like being married officially. Live along those days whereby you moved in and you start staying with, you know, with your man, and then you start producing, and then that's how actually most things run in my clan. You move in and you become wife and husband. But this one, my mama's dad was a bit tough, so they have to make sure, the man have to make sure she did all sort of things to make sure this woman is her wife. And she married her, okay? I think we are so blessed for that. She married her and she comes. And remember, I think my mama was the first person who has done all this kind of thing officially. That, you know, that official marriage, okay? That official marriage. Up now, that woman brags to us. Like, it's now you people who just runs. For me, I decide to stay. If you want to do things the right way. And let me tell you, do things right way. Hey, you want it? So she actually made me know that when a man wants something, she will go for it without the second thought. She narrates for me how the clans were against it, because my mom never stepped in the home, because in those days in our clan or in our culture, a woman have to first go live with a man and make sure that this woman can produce. Guys, you have to make sure that you can do all sort of work. And that wasn't the part. My mom went in a different way. So these guys were not happy when she started producing. First born a girl, second born a girl, third born a girl. Clan started, they were like, what's going on? Is this one bewitched? You see, brother, we told you. Anyway, the stories I may not tell all here, but I believe because my mama loved the husband, she must have prayed, guys. She must have prayed. So God had her and gave her 4th child, a boy. Because remember, this woman is living like a queen. It's like she has everything. Even she has servants. Like people who live with her. So every year she's producing. So these people lived happily ever until they produced me. After producing me, I was just a baby. My mom got another baby. And then this baby, just a baby, I still needed her. And then my dad passed away. Now you can imagine there, you have a bunch of children, okay? Your provider. I think at that point, my mom lost mine. So what I'm trying to say is my childhood wasn't the best. I never lived with my biological mom for really a good until I grew up. So I remembered my mom told me to, like, she called my elder sister, but then they already got married. They had children. I think three of them. Three of them, they are married. Those three girls who were all coming fast. The women are so looking for them so badly. I think when you are coming from a rich parents' home, I remember my dad was a very recognized head teacher in our clan. So that man's children, many people wanted them. They would even go ask their hands out like, hey, can I have your girl? But what can he do? He allowed. Imagine the other side, even they allowed the wife. At one point, they allowed the wife to go marry him because even the wife was underage and she was still in primary, and they allowed her. So if this one's also a man comes officially, he allows. So he allowed them and married, I remember they all got married. Okay, now here we are. You go. My mom is producing the older sister, like her children also in the other side producing. Okay, that wasn't a big deal, but my point here is I was sent to live with my sister because my mom had to go to the hospital when I think my dad, the whole thing was having issues. So I went to live with my sister. My sister has a baby, and then I'm the baby. I was still a baby. I was still 2 years, about I don't know if it's 2 years or 2.5. But I remember I was still young. I don't know if I was speaking well, but I went to live with my sister. Now here he has her child, and I have and then here I'm a child. But still, that mother love was lucky. Me, I was already spoiled, you guys. I was already spoiled right from childhood. I was loved. So I was missing her. I had nothing to do as a child. You cannot go. You don't know the way. You don't know where to go. So I lived with my sister, and then here comes at one point we are going back. I remember later we are going to my mom's place, to our home. But then we are footing, and my sister put me on the neck. Everyone is crying. I remember she went with the other people. Like people are crying, and I'm not understanding what is going on. So parents, whatever you tell a child, don't think this child is a child, that it doesn't matter to them, that they will not remember. At least sit them down. I love whites. Kneel down to that baby and tell them the truth. Why are you crying? Tell them, why are you crying? Even if it's hard, tell them. I didn't know why people are crying until I reached, and everyone is now on the road. Sorry for their dad. I remember I couldn't also picture her as my mama. Okay, so I believe she's my sister. Her dad is my dad. Now everyone says sorry for your daddy. No, sorry. Everyone is crying, like every village clan knew that man. Everyone is crying. Now we reached home. Yeah, we reached home, and I saw people are crying, and my mom is totally destroyed. As a child, I ran to her. I ran direct to her. The moment they put me down from the neck. Remember, guys, there are no vehicles they are vehicles, but we are not that rich to have those kind of stuff. We are not. At least my mom, my papa had bike. Okay, hey guys, if you had bike that day, you are rich. So my papa had bike. Now, but not for my sister's husband. So we have to walk back home. We went back home. So you guys, I was ready to be with my mama, but I totally found a different woman. I don't remember her welcoming me, carrying me. I don't remember anything. All I was remembering was she was down, she was on the ground, kneeling, crying. I would go tap her, nothing. That's the only thing I remembered. And then I went in the room, I found a body. Someone laid, I had pampers, like, you guys, I didn't cry. Like I had nothing. Like I would just walk normal. I had no cry. Everyone was crying, nothing in my, like no cry. I didn't know what was happening, but I could picture everything since then. So that was how my life turned to be a just a second. So, but God commands my destiny. Jesus commands my destiny, and I'm his child. Now, I found my mom totally down. The burial took place. I have no idea, but as a child, I would still picture things, you know. Everyone went, and then here a month comes to face the reality. My mom have to face the reality. I think that woman must have lost completely her mind. Like, I don't know how I can put it. I do not want to put myself in her shoes, and I'm very sure she would never and ever wish someone to be in her shoes. Like, to wish someone to go through what she might have gone through. This is now me. Probably, I'm sure I refused to go, but how did I end up there? I'm sure I must have refused to go back with my sister, because I'm not sure if at that point my mom was seeing me. I was invisible in her eyes. I think I would say the most person who was affected by this whole situation was me, who was a child who needed a mom. Leave along this other younger baby. Younger baby can be carried by, you know, and be given food and sleep, you know. But me, even if you give me food, I will leave this food and go look for my mama. Because me, what I want is her love and attention. So I remember every single day that woman would cry. You guys, I watched her until she could not let me see her like that anymore. She decided to call my other sister. Leave along this one, because I refused. I'm sure I would, I don't know. I refused to go to the other sister. She called my other sister. I went to live with her. I remember she took me, I went to live with her. I stayed with her there. Of course, life is not the same. My life wasn't the same since that incident. I don't know how. I was still thinking about her, because I know the only thing she would eat, she would drink is tears. That woman cried. I don't know if that experience, like, I think the most part why she was crying was the husband was her everything. Now she has the children. Children have to go to school. Children have to now study. Now, that is the point when her eyes actually opened. Now, that was the point where now she will not tolerate nonsense. You are staying where? Whose house? You do not want to go to school where? Hey, go to school. Now that's when she decided to realize that these children need to finish senior 4 and they need to have a career. That's when now my mama becomes so intentional with education. And once he decided that, the clan leaders, the people in the village start calling her a man. Like, you know, now you're becoming a man. Now you're making decisions. Now, no. These children are supposed to get married. Now you want them to go to school. No. Like, now she can become the bad woman in the movie. The bad man in the movie. Like, the bad person in the whole clan. The rest is history. She faces a lot of challenges. But me, I'm here for myself. I'm not going to talk about her, but my relationship with her died along with the husband. I don't know, she loves me, but she could not give me the same love. She has to send me away. I know it was the for best, but I didn't see it that time when I wanted her the most. I remember she didn't allow me back. She didn't let me come back. I don't even know how my younger brother grew, but she grew. by God's grace. I don't know how she fixed her life. I can't tell the rest of the story, but I live with my sister, with the children. On the other side, you could clearly tell the difference that there's a treatment that is not the way, you know, everyone's looking at you, you don't belong to this clan, you know, this part of the star. It's so hard. It's so hard to grow in someone's home. You know, it's very hard, guys. But I learned. That spoiled me went away. I start fetching water. I start making, you know, you punch that cassava flour in that stuff, pumping stool. I don't know how they call it in English. Like, I start doing all things. I have to start kneeling down to grind at a very early age. I start going fetch firewood. I start preparing food. I learned to do work at a very early age. Don't ask me if I go to school. Yes, there's a year I reached her to go to school, but where's the books? There's no uniform, no books. I don't remember wearing a uniform until P6. That's how terrible my childhood was. I don't remember having a proper, like, it was hard. I didn't finish. I went to live with my uncle. I only came to my mom because now he had to go work in a secondary school. She went to work. I think she made a decision. I reached here. I found my younger brother is already old enough, and I moved to my uncle. Like, I first went to live with my uncle. He was a local priest. I went to live with him. The moment I reached, the wife carried, like, he loved me. Like, I'm always loved. He loved me so much that he said, I'm not staying here. You know, local priests in local places, they don't live in the home, so they go. I went to live with him. He carried me. I remember we were walking, and then she has a child. We're in the same age. He's a girl. We're in the same, I think, the same age. You know, I'm dull. Like, the wife would call me, I'm dull. I don't know anything because I never lived with my mama. My mama is there. That man will tell me every single thing, guys, every single thing about my mama. Remember, all my time, my mama is my best, is the best. So I grew up away from her. Whatever story was happening here, I have no idea about. No idea about. Okay? Now here you are packing a child. A child who is 4 years old, 5 years old, is brain with bad things about this person. Their mom is like this. Anyway, I lived, but that's my whole childhood. I went there, the children wear a uniform. I don't have a uniform. I enter in school. Like, I will go to any school I want. Any school, I go to any school. Where I go live, I will go to that school. Before I finish the year, I change another school. So I went through many schools in primary, but it goes on. Now, finally, I went to live with my mama's brother. Brother. I went to live with my uncle. I call them all my uncle. My brothers, my father's brother is my uncle. You guys, you know, I face all things a child would face as a child. I'm in charge of food. I will cook. I cook for bigger people. My brother came live with us. The hardship is hard. My mama visited us one point. We don't have uniform. We wear old uniform from other schools. We don't have uniforms up to P7. P6, I never wear primary uniform. Never. Only in P6 and P7.